Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Yara Rose Healing with Katie. I'm so excited to be here again. I'm so excited to see you all. It's been a hot minute while I was trying to figure out my microphone situation, but I'm so excited to be back on here. And I have a message from Spirit because I wasn't sure what to tell you. And I know that they always have a message to give you guys that are out there looking for light and new paths and encouragement, just a little bit of extra love and attention from them. So it is currently April 24th, 2025. You have about a week left of April, and then we're into May. Any of you that are entering the spring season, I'm sure you're just as excited as I am to finally be seeing all these awesome signs of spring. The new life, the new growth, letting go of all of the old stuff that we have been hanging on to that hasn't been in our best interest. I just love this season. It's sometimes a little crunchy. I have somebody that always calls it crunchy, and I love that term for the energy. Sometimes when you are encouraged to let go of something and you're not quite sure that you're ready, the energy feels a little crunchy. So, for all of you out there that have felt that, I feel ya, I hear ya, I've been there. This is such a promising time, and we have so much to look forward to. And Spirit's message for you during this time, I drew two cards. They had me pick two cards from both of these decks. The first one is the angel number 0440, and the main message is the gut feeling. Keywords to validate any of your own experiences if you see these words anywhere else. It is intuition, betrayal, pessimism, relating, value, insight, increased perception, love, and monogamy. And its message is to follow your gut. It's more than just a feeling. Be real with people and focus on meaningful relationships. Remember, you also must bring value to the table. Treat others with respect, or else karma will bite you in the ass. 3 is a crowd. I always use the karma deck as like a karma clarifier because to me the first cards are kind of like the surface level, but I mean, they sometimes go lower than the surface level. But then the karma is what I feel like the soul is trying to bring in. When the soul came here, it brought in certain things that it wanted to heal, certain trouble spots from the past, or areas in which it wanted to work on. And I feel like the karma as a clarifier really helps dig deeper into what is the soul aspect behind whatever's going on right here. So I really like to use this karma deck here as the clarifier for a lot of my readings. And it says for the 0440, trusting your gut, to release judgment. Holding on to judgment, whether of yourself or others, only clouds your vision. Release it and see the world and your path with clearer eyes. So I feel like these two go really well together because I feel like the gut feeling is sometimes hard for us to trust. It's hard for us as human beings who have been trained with these different beliefs about how you should respond appropriately and diplomatically in certain situations. It's hard for us to sometimes believe in that gut and just follow that intuitive feeling because we have all this programming that says you can't act like that, or you can't say that, or you have to be respectful, you can't, I'm trying to think of a really good example. like like if someone you meet gives you a really eerie feeling where you're just like, wow, I don't want to be caught in a room with them alone. Sometimes the training that you've had, the programming that you've had, would maybe not necessarily allow you to avoid them in specific situations, and that can cause you problems. I know that's a really dark road, but sorry, that came from that. Sorry, that specific example came from like that Gift of Fear book. Really good book about how human beings have been taught not to trust their intuition, and how gift is actually a fear. Like real fear is actually a gift for us because it helps us to pick up on things that we're consciously picking up on, and it could potentially save our lives. So I will put it in the description box because I recommend anyone read it. A little less dire would be maybe you just have a feeling that you shouldn't stop by that coffee stop today for whatever reason. You're like, wow, I really want coffee, but I just feel like maybe I should just go to work straight instead and get the coffee at work. And here, when you go by the coffee shop, you see that the line is like way out and there's just no way you would have been late. And then maybe when you get to work, there's a emergency last minute meeting. And because you didn't go to that coffee shop, you were able to attend that meeting as you trusted your gut, skipped to the coffee shop. Now it's not reflected badly on you that you weren't there. So I really like that. But like the released judgment is so, to me, in this particular reading, the feeling that I'm getting is that the judgment that you most need to release is the judgment that you do on yourself. How you criticize yourself, how you tell yourself that that's not right, how you need to stop at that coffee shop, how you don't know why you'd ever believe that nudge. You do it every day. Why would you all of a sudden do that? And is this acceptable to act in this way? Lighten up on yourself and allow yourself to flow with your intuition a little more. And then I think your life's going to be opening to a lot more magic when you do that. And then the second card they had for you, well, the second card set they had for you was the number 888. It's about karma. Keywords that may show up in your life are balance, finances, success, wealth, cycles, and what goes around comes around. It says, a lot of money is coming your way. Fortune refers to more than just monetary and material success. If you don't appreciate the people in your life now, you won't have them tomorrow. This message encourages you to take personal responsibility and use it to realize your greatest potential. And then the karma clarifier for 888 is to expand. You're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. So what I like about this is it's asking you to open up and to broaden. That these two pairing together means is that if you actually let's go one step forward. What I think with these four pairing together means that if you step back on your judgment, if you release it, if you let it go a little bit on your, like release the judgment on yourself, allow yourself to trust your intuition more, follow that gut feeling, and then allow your gut feelings to enable you to show up in life the way that you want to show up while stepping outside of your comfort zone, while doing that thing that kind of makes you a little scared, but yet your gut is saying, yes, 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 try it, try it. You're going to have success. You're going to put out good karma into the world. And guess what? Good karma comes back to you just like bad karma does. I think that like together, these four cards are saying that you're going to have a really wonderful April, May if you trust yourself, if you open up to the ideas and the concepts that are inside of you that have just been waiting to be acted on, and just allow yourself to expand what you think is possible for you and how you can accomplish it. Like the how is spirit's way, right? If you surrender and open up to spirit's path for you and trust in them and follow your intuition, you are going to see some of the most amazing fun things. I thoroughly enjoy it. I don't know anyone that has opened up to spirit's plan and continuously follows it and doesn't enjoy it at some point. Yes, it gets a little rocky. It may get a little crunchy, but it's a really fun experience. It's awesome. I love it. So to end your reading today, I always draw the How to Love Yourself by Louise Hay card. So what is the final affirmation card that you would like to tell our beautiful spiritual family today, Spirit? I say to ignore this, so I'm just going to set that aside. This one. Say this one. Oh. It says, everything I do is a choice, so I am in control of my reality. My thoughts I choose to believe right now are forming my experiences. I now listen to what I say and do not say anything that I do not want to become true for me. So this was perfectly, you guys. Everything I do is a choice, so I am in control of my reality. This is all a potential. Every time I read energy for anyone, whether through cards or whether they're sitting in front of me or whether we're connected energetically, in other different locations, whatever I'm reading is their current position. And if I, like as in this reading, if I say, hey, this is what Spirit's saying your opportunities are, here's where they're saying you could grow, and this is like potentials that could happen, that is a potential. That is in the moment, this is your path. But as soon as you make some kind of decision, big, small, whatever, your energy changes one way or the other. It's very fluid. It's always in motion. That's why I refuse to read in advance for people. Like I don't do 3-month spreads or like that type of thing for people, because things change so much. And as soon as I tell you that in 3 weeks this is going to happen, the knowledge that you have in you, by saying in 3 weeks, you're going to change how you're acting. You're going to change the choices that you make, whether it be clinging to certain things or whatever, and that's going to change the timeline. So I don't do that personally. I know some people do, but that's just not how I read. And this right here is telling you that you have the control to create the reality you want. And in this moment, this is your potential opportunity for growing and having success is to trust your gut feeling, is to release the pressure and stress that you put on yourself to act and behave in certain ways. Let go of those shoulds, let go of those coulds, let go of all of that, and just be in the moment. Be in the present moment. React in that present moment from your gut. Follow your heart. Open up to the possibilities and success, expansion, really good relationships also. Like this karma's card 888 says, it says it's not always about money. It's also about really good relationships. So maybe you'll be put in a position where you and a loved one are having a really difficult conversation, and normally you would shut down and just leave. And maybe in that instant you find this gut feeling where you're like, you know what, I'm just going to say this from the heart. I'm just going to tell them, hey, this is how I'm feeling, and put yourself out there in that moment. If it feels right, put yourself out there, and then maybe you'll find the reward is that you're having deeper and more meaningful relationships with those that you love, which in itself is a success in my book. I love good, strong family foundations. And then this is just telling you that you have a choice. You can choose this path, or you can choose a completely different path that has absolutely nothing to do with this. But it's always your choice, and you decide how you want to live your reality. This is just one opportunity that Spirit wanted to present to you today for what potentials exist for you during this time period. I love you all so much. I really am excited to be back on here. I'm so excited that I can now talk to you again. And I hope you all have a beautiful and wonderful day. And I can't wait to speak to you again. See you guys later. Bye.